Hey everyone, welcome to FilmDorks. Very first video. I'm nervous because YouTube is a scary place. But that's beside the point. You can probably tell just from looking around a little bit, if you just, casually stare into the vast void that is movies. There's a lot of superhero movies. In case you couldn't tell. You got Marvel's Cinematic Universe with Avengers, Spider-Man, and S.H.I.E.L.D., DC's movie universe with Batfleck, neck snapping, and a long-haired Lex Luthor. Wait, what? Fox's X-Men still making movies, I guess. Hey, can't judge longevity. DC's much less controversial TV universe with Arrow, The Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow. And that's just to name a few established superhero franchises. Actually, I think that's about all of them except for, Fantastic Four movie reboot universe. But...
No! Hey! This is serious!
I just wanted to give him a hug.
I'm not really sure how long that one's gonna last, considering that the first movie hasn't come out yet, and the last two movies suck. So I'm not really sure why they already greenlit another movie, but whatever. And with all this big superhero stuff, Matthew Vaughn still says he wants to do KickAss 3 and a Hit Girl prequel. My question, does anyone care, and should they? For those who aren't familiar with KickAss, and trust me, there are plenty, KickAss is a comic miniseries written by Mark Miller?
I've heard it both ways.
No, you haven't.
You know what's even more tired than me saying I've heard it both ways?
Me saying no, you haven't?
That's right.
That follows a douchey high schooler who decides to become a superhero because he's bored. He then meets Hit Girl and Big Daddy, two anti-heroes who are much more experienced than Kick-Ass and are very not opposed to killing a lot of people. He also meets Red Mist, who turns out to be the son of a crime boss Big Daddy has been looking into for some time now. The movie adaptation, directed by Vaughn, stars Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kick-Ass, Christopher Mintz-Plasse as Red Mist, Chloe Grace Moretz as Hit Girl, Nicolas Cage as Big Daddy, and Mark Strong as the mob boss, whose name I never really care enough to remember. It was sort of as if you took the style of Kill Bill's action, Dark Knight's gritty realism, and added some self-referential humor that poked fun at a lot of superhero movie tropes.
Bruce Wayne? He didn't have any powers?
Yes, but he had all the expensive shit that doesn't exist. I thought you meant, like, how come nobody does it in real life?
Yeah, Todd, that's what I meant.
Dude, if anybody did it in real life, they get their ass kicked. They'd be dead in, like, a day.
A day.
The film released in 2010 with fairly mixed reception and very okay box office numbers, breaking $96 million worldwide on a $30 million budget, and hitting a solid 76% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Sounds good, right? Well...
No!
This wasn't what Universal was expecting for a superhero movie of this caliber to do, I guess. I don't know, making triple the budget sounds pretty good to me, but I don't fully understand how the box office works, so I can't tell you. After DVD sales picked up, they decided to greenlight a sequel, KickAss 2, released in 2013, which did even worse than the first one, making only $60 million worldwide on a very similar budget and gaining a nasty 30% rotten score. So, why would they make a third movie or a prequel based on two movies that didn't really do so good financially or critically? Even Roger Ebert called the first film morally reprehensible and gave it 1 star out of 4. That, and, well, let's look at the real reason these movies did poorly at the box office. The first one did okay because it came out the same summer as Iron Man 2, which also got mixed reviews. With all these crazier superhero movies coming out, and even crazier stuff on the way, Thor, a more realistic but still fun take on superheroes was a breath of fresh air at that point. The second movie came out the same summer as Iron Man 3 and Man of Steel. It doesn't matter how good anyone makes the first Kick-Ass movie sound, and how much anyone rags on Iron Man 3 for being clumsy and forgettable, and Man of Steel for being a grayscale film that's simply hard to watch because the cinematographer wouldn't put the camera on a damn tripod. Doesn't matter. You've probably seen Iron Man 3 or Man of Steel, and if you haven't, you're probably going to at some point or another. KickAss, not really a priority. Because one of the other things everyone else agrees on is that KickAss wasn't very interesting or likable character. He pretended to be gay to get close to a girl he liked, but then when he told her that he wasn't really gay all along and that he lied to her, she sleeps with him. A lot! Like how real life doesn't work, because doing that makes you a giant prick? Everyone who watched the movie agrees that the best parts, or worst if you're a person with strong moral fibers, were the scenes with Hit Girl and Big Daddy. But at the point where the second movie came out, the strange charm of seeing a little girl maiming people and saying some pretty nasty language...
Okay, you cunts. Let's see what you can do now. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
As opposed to the second movie where...
If I ever catch you robbing again, shitburger, I'm gonna go Saudi Arabia on your ass and cut your hand off. Promise me you're done with your life of crime?
I promise.
Pants on fire. What'd you think?
I think you almost got me killed.
No! What'd you think of my line? Pants on fire.
Yeah, it's just not the same. I love Matthew Vaughn as a director, and I love Chloe Grace Moretz's performance as Hit Girl, but a third movie just simply wouldn't work. Hell, Moretz even said during an interview she was done with the character. A prequel wouldn't be as interesting, unless Nick Cage is still in which case I am in, because, you know, it's Nick Cage. In a world where the Avengers and Jared Leto Jokers rule the superhero market, do we really want to see a loser kid in a scuba suit fighting alongside Jim Carrey, who didn't even really want to be in the movie apparently? Not really, and the box office and reviews back me up. A third film wouldn't be so wise. A prequel, maybe, but only if Nick Cage is in it.
Good at getting his ass kicked. He should call himself Ass Kick instead.
Just to clarify, in case you didn't get that earlier, this is the first video I have ever recorded for this channel, and the first time I've ever working with a script. So I really don't know what I'm doing yet. I'll let you know as soon as I figure that out. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Show's over, motherfuckers.